I didn't mispress. You guys didn't see that. You guys didn't see a stream for a second. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. I never make mistakes, okay? I never start stream too early, or I never forget to unmute. I never have made a mistake on stream before. It's never happened, and you didn't see that. Hello, hello, though, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. It's nice to see you all again. For a second, I was about to go, my name's Ruadh. I think my brain got crossed for a second and was like, oh, I'm introducing myself. Bet you were talking for 6 minutes until you realized you were muted. No, that happened last stream, I think. No, I think it was 2 streams ago that happened. But that did happen recently. it was like for 2 minutes. It wasn't too bad. But I did like make some jokes. You know, I don't know if other streamers do it. Like the odd time, they probably do it because you know they're more engaged in creating content like videos and shorts and like making a way for them to be seen everywhere in a wide-reaching net. I do not do those things, but sometimes I'll like throw on my streams to like just check some stuff, check the sound and all that type of stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I really enjoy my own streams sometimes. I laugh at my own jokes, and I think that's a good thing. That I find myself very humorous, because if I find myself humorous, that's the most important thing. I don't know. Obviously, I'm gonna find my own jokes, but funny. But I don't know. It's just silly. Hi, Pip. No, Pip. How dare you? Not even like 2 minutes into the stream, other than the 5-minute starting time, and you're already attacking me. How dare you? Ruo was muted. I was not muted. That happened in other stream, in another stream. No, don't nod at that, Mike. Don't you nod at that. That's a lie. You're lying to Pip right now. Or am I lying to Pip? Pip, do you think I would lie to you? I would never lie to you. We can't hear him now. That's not. No, I can see the green thing. I can see the green thing going up in OBS. I know my mic isn't muted. Mike, you guys, I'm talking directly at you. There's no microphone. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Laughing at yourself like an idiot. Watching back a collab with a streamer on stream. No, stop lying. Stop lying. You guys are lying right now. And lying is a bad thing. You shouldn't be lying. Can't believe my chat. You know, if they can't hear me, I can't believe my chat are a bunch of liars. What a bunch of scum. Very harsh word. You don't hear a thing. Maybe you should get your hearing checked. Do you guys ever like? I've never had to go to a doctor to get my ears cleaned, but sometimes you know they get kind of blocked. Man, it's a shame that they can't hear me because they can't interact with these really interesting stories. What a shame. What a shame. I'm going to boot you fucking over a crossbar, Mike. I'm gonna grab you. You know what? I'm gonna hack your Minecraft and burn down your mansion. It's a really cool looking mansion, by the way. I did not realize that was Minecraft. That blew my mind. When you sent on those photos of the interior, I was like, huh? Haha, don't do that. The double haha. But that genuinely, like, I was like, I did not know. Well, I knew Minecraft could look really good, but it just didn't look like Minecraft. I couldn't see any, like, blocks things, so I assume you had, like, loads of good texture packs and some ray tracing. Remade the whole building because you weren't satisfied? Oh. Well, if you're satisfied now, then I guess maybe it would be a little bit more painful to have to rebuild it. But you probably just rebuild it better. Bigger, best. That's not even the lyrics. It's like harder, faster, stronger. Something, make it, do it. It's a mod pack called Conquest Reforged. That's a really cool mod pack. Really cool. I didn't get that big into Minecraft, but it's for autistic Minecrafters like you. That I'm glad that you have that outlet, Mike. I feel like Minecraft is a creative kid's dream. Pretty sure it's a texture pack. Yeah, no, it's definitely a texture pack. I assume it would be like a texture pack and ray tracing. like is shit turned to max, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna put on ray tracing and I'm gonna take a screenshot. Even though you could take, I'm sure, Mike, you could take a video of ray tracing, but it would still be a screenshot because it would be going at about one frame every 20 seconds. Minecraft is it's wild what they're able to do on your old laptop. Yeah. you put on ray tracing and it just becomes your screensaver for the next while. You upgraded, so now you can put on the Mac shaders based. What do you have for your graphics card? What graphics card you're rocking, Mike? And how are you, Pip, by the way? How are you guys doing? How's your week going? We're almost there. We just got to get through. We just got to get through one more day. One more day. We can do it. You think you burned your laptop screen like twice in Minecraft? No, Mike. No, it's not good. A 360, that's pretty good. The LCD screen just goes purple. Would you guys, I saw a really funny meme before on the Germa subreddit. It just happened to be there. And like, I use Reddit from time to time. Really, the one thing that Reddit's useful for is niche community interests. You can find anything there. But using it as like a general, it's a head wreck. I hate it. And I also, like, I'm just going to say right now, it's one of the, I own like a couple of Germa shirts. I own a couple of Germa shirts. Tired school is beating you up. Pip, that's abuse, and you should get a lawyer. Pop them out then? No, I could, no, this isn't because I lack, isn't because I have a lack of clothing options or attire for the individual in front of you. I just don't want to wear them. I just don't want to wear. I have these 3 layers of clothing, and those are for special occasions. Imagine there's like a wedding and like everyone's coming along in like wedding dresses and stuff, and then you can absolutely sue a school, Pip. And some guy is just there in like a Germa outfit. He's just dressed as a bear. Hamburgers, beer. Cheeseburgers, beer. Bar fighting, beer. Bug collecting, beer. Dude, every now and again, like old German stuff pops into my brain, and I just get so happy. Breast in the bun, beer. they would definitely be out of that. This Tua dude has a German shirt. Was Bia Germa or Kraken? Bia was Germa. You ain't doing that. That's fair. To go to school would be a lot of money. Bia was Germa 100 from his old GTA 4 series. Oh, dude, that it was when he and Stir were doing stuff together. Oh, that was so funny, dude. But what was I gonna say? I had something in mind. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, it was like someone had been watching Germa on screen and they like paused their thing. And I think it turned out to be fake, but it was like Germa's face got burned into my TV screen. It was really funny. But a 360 is pretty good. I'm going to be honest. I was like you, Mike. I had a laptop, not a very good one for gaming for the longest of times. And then I finally got together and built my PC, and I got a 380. So I'm grooving. I'm schmooving most of the time. When you destroyed your laptop screens back then, you could do that. Burn a stupid pic on screen. Hell yeah. Dude, the amount of... I must have broken my laptop screen at least a few times. The dumbest way, like, you know, I've had it broken, like, oh, I was walking up the stairs with it and I fell and it banged against the stairs. Okay, like, okay, you know, shit, shouldn't have been running, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Hell yeah. No, I'm really happy. I remember someone came in. Someone came in on stream before when I was playing Baldur's Gate, and they were literally like, "This is the best I've ever seen Baldur's Gate look." I was like, "Oh, you upgrading your PC to play GTA 5? Nah, playing Minecraft and yaoi visual novels. Well, you gotta have the most detail in those yaoi novels. That's very important. It's very important, you know." Well, yeah, it makes me happy. See, feeling the ability to actually play games. Like, I remember, I am a big player. I was anyway. I don't play as much, but of Crusader Kings 2, and Crusader Kings 2 has like a time thing where the time moves forward, and you can put it to like 5 times speed. And when I used to use my laptop, and I put it to 5 times speed. Now, if it was like late in the game, good luck. Even at 5 times, it's going to be moving relatively slowly. But even early, I could put it at 5 times speed, and it wouldn't like it would take a little bit. It would take a little bit for like a year to pass. Excuse me. And I remember I got my PC together and I turned it on. I got the Crusader Kings booted up, and I just paused at the start of the game. No wait, the start's paused. I just put it to 5 times speed at the start of the game. I hit play. And like a year passed in like 5 seconds. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was very happy. Your friend played all of Baldur's Gate on his shitty office laptop on 15 FPS. Oh my god, that is... I actually don't understand how you could do that. That sounds disgusting. Like nowadays, if I notice things dropping down to 30, I get kind of a little bit like, come on, push it. That doesn't really happen anymore, but like if I'm playing on a laptop, I definitely notice it. You don't know how he did it. How though? Like you must be, maybe like I just imagine it like it becomes like chess at that point. Like rather than moving, like it just becomes like a normal tabletop game. Rather than like seeing Karlach walk from one way to the other, you just see her like kind of jitter across. I know 15 frames per second. 15 frames per second is pretty bad. Like you're gonna notice it. Wait, no, I clicked the wrong button. There we go. Late game, any Paradox game, you ain't getting past speed 3. Yeah, yeah. Something like Stellaris, where there's just thousands of things going on, and it takes like 5 minutes for anything to happen. Has anything interesting happened to me today? No way. What's the Irish people are real? Who told you this? This is top secret information. I'm going to, excuse me, Lila, like, I'm going to require your exact coordinates. A Gale Special Task Force will be arriving at your location soon to take you away. Never? Damn you. Damn. Foiled. We unfortunately don't have the funding of the CIA to track people down, but we'll curse you. But hello, Lila. It's nice to see you. And hello, Nora. Hi. Germany, please don't actually dox yourself. That's really cool though. Germany is that's all you get. That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. Ruadh gets cancelled for trying to dox his viewers. How you doing, Nora? How you doing, Lila? You guys having a good week? But what if it's wrong? Then we will waste many resources on German food. Like, do they do strudel? I think they do, and schnitzel, and many different kinds of sausages, and we'll be very happy. How you doing? A bit down. Why are you down, Nora? What's going on? Are you just having a bit of a bratwurst and beer? Haha! It's definitely, well, you could be Austrian. You could just be a rant. You could have just. You're as happy as it gets. That's good to hear. I've been to Austria, and I remember I got to experience a big brass band at a beer hall, at an old beer hall, and we had many mugs of beer. I want to say I had like never call you an Austrian again. No, I understand. I understand. Don't worry. I won't do that. Bier und Lebeckasmil. German's a funny language. Family member body shaming you, but it's fine. Don't, Nora. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. You can chill out here. You can relax here. Don't worry. Body shame them back. You just like, oh, your feet are fucking fucked up. Look at the top of your head. Like you don't even expand. You don't even expand on anything. You just keep saying that. Look at the top of your head though, and then you don't say anything about it. Thank you very much, Lila, for the follow. That's very nice of you. Was that a first time chat? My chat didn't show if that was a first time chat, but thank you. Talk about the top of their head. What are those? Yeah, dude, this is like going back to what year was that? Like 26, whatever year that was. Bring back all the old memes. You had a very nice day, but hard day of work. Well, if you're German, that makes sense. They are very work-filled people. Very efficient, I found. You know what they say about German humor, don't you? Don't make fun of it. It's no laughing matter. I'm teasing. But no, we went to this Austrian beer hall, and there was a big brass band, and the people I were with, we had liter mugs of beer, and I had about, I want to say about 6 of them. Fun is not being paid. That's not fun. I would hope you have been paid for your hard day of work. We had about 6 of them, and let me just say, you know what's going? Wait, hang on. Let me just say this. It was the worst. It wasn't even a hangover. It was like 3 days of me throwing up every like half an hour. Like unironically, it was horrible. It was one of the worst post drinking experiences that I had, but it was worth it. Hello, Dulcet. Hello. Thank you very much for the first time chat. Drown check. Thank you, Haru. I really needed a drown check back then. It's a shame I wasn't a drunk. I'm not a drunk. I'm actually someone who who does not drink a whole lot. Whatever you guys might think of me, some people are the worst Germans. Hang on, let me go grab my bottle of water. I was in the gym today, so I was working out, and I was drinking a lot of water. Insert Irish stereotype here. You love donuts? Why do you love donuts? Can you hold your liquor well? I think I can. I think I can. Like I usually drink whiskey, or like bourbon on a night out, and I can easily have like 5 or 6, and I will like after, I want to say after like the 4th. It's more so like that's after the drink starts kicking in, but it's like after the 4th is when I start feeling a little bit buzzed. Hang on a moment. Now you want a beer, you're gonna get one. Enjoy. But thank you very much, Haru, for the drown check. Sometimes my bottle of water does this, and I get very angry. Makes it sound like I'm a baby from a sippy cup. Okay, I think I figured it out. I just need to put my finger on the little air hole thing. It allows me to get like a bunch of water, but then it stops. Sippy cup? Well, technically, yeah. He's the water bottle, Haru. The water bottle. The water. The water. Thank you for the... No, water bottle. We Fujo's eating well today. I was eating well today, let me tell you that. Not today, but yesterday. I was eating well. It was Vals's 5th anniversary. Vals, for those of you who don't know, is a combination of VTubers by the name of Kaida Haru, Nagio Kai, and of course Genzuki Tojiro. And I was very happy. Not Haru. Well, actually, yes, Haru. Kaida Haru had his sleeves rolled up, and it was showing his thin white arms. What whore! I can't believe we got that for free. But it was so cute. It was so cute, and they were doing like a little concert. I posted it in the Discord. Of course, yeah. Of course, I'm going to talk about Genzuki when it's their anniversary. Like, it's their 5th anniversary, and they did like a whole 3D concert. It was really cool. You don't know none of them. They're a Niji Sanji JP VTuber cute. Well, yeah, they're all cute. They're all cute. Why do they have waists that thin? For other men to grab? So, don't you, wait, hang on, I have to allow that. Don't you call them that. You know Genzuki from Ruadh talking about him so much? That's what I require. That's what I require all of, like, if I ever make it into, like, you can be that. I literally just only care about Genzuki. That's the thing here. I only care about Genzuki. Just get like 1,000 folders. Okay, listen, I may have 1,000 screenshots of their first live performance. Maybe. I may have loads of images. Maybe. But listen. Are you listening? Are you understanding now? Listen. No, it's not 100 folders. It's shut up. Very pretty. Not upset. Someday, I swear to delicious angle. It's a great angle, by the way. It's a really good angle. It's a really, really great angle. I love this angle. It's so good. I have 2. It's so good I have 2. Wait, how do I do this again? There we go. Oh my god, you're beloved. Tidy. Not beating the... When have I ever beaten those allegations or attempted to beat those allegations? He's got 2 terabytes. I just want to tell you, I may have the entirety of the first... Wait, no, do I? Do I have that? I should do. I just want to make sure, because I know I have one of them. Where is it? No, I was thinking of something else. Wait, no, do I? Oh, no, wait, no, it's in the videos. Okay, yeah, no, I will say this later. I will say this later, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You may like a zip file from me. Little dark age kids. It's like videos of him from his usual white outfit these days, and then it goes My Little Dark Age, and it cuts back to like normal like original. Well, this is an original Genzuki. Original Genzuki has short purple hair. He claims it's blue. Color pickers may say it's blue. It's purple. It's lavender colored, scented. Then he got this model, and this is probably my favorite. Then he has a white model, which is very, very pretty too. But dude, the idea of My Little Dark Age Genzuki edit. I'm sorry for those of you looking for ASMR. This is the start of my streams, and it may go on for a little while. If you tell your coworkers they have a kid and a fam, what you're doing in your free time, they'd make you sure you'll never come back from hell. Lila, listen. I've told people that I'm a VTuber. I've shown my friends my model. I'm very open about it. 1 hour just chatting. Dude, yeah. You completely forgot this was ASMR. That's the thing, like, is... I feel like there's probably so many people coming to like check out my stream, and they're like, oh, who's this? Oh, this really pretty. Okay, not to toot my own horn, but who's this really pretty model? Oh, and he's Irish too. I bet he has such a soft voice. And then they come in here. I'm just gushing over Genzuki, and I'm really loud and not ASMR like at all. Can I just say, by the way, and I'm going to do this during April Fools. Wait, no, hang on. During April Fools, a certain Diamond VTuber, who's a very good friend of mine, did some ASMR as a kind of jokey stream, but he actually was really, really good at it. So I would like you guys I would suggest you guys go check it out. They're all 40 plus. None of them know what Twitch is. Well, Lila, you see, I have a request then. You should secretly connect me to your company's, like, I guess the big screen somewhere. Like the big, like a big TV, and have me on there. And I will convert them. I'll convert them. ASMR, and it's him losing it over Genzuki, dude. Genzuki once did ASMR. It wasn't very good ASMR. Well, no, actually, no. He has done ASMR-like stuff as well, and that was really nice. But convert them to what? Genzuki Sims, of course. Or at least my Sims. Simpsons. The Simpsons. No, that's not it. That's completely too high. Brother, you work on motherfucking wind turbines? Dude, okay, listen. Next stream, I'm gonna do a whole stream about wind turbines. I gotta get into the corporate boardrooms. You gotta understand. You're not showing anyone. What? You're saying if I didn't, you're saying if I didn't pull up a whole presentation about wind turbines, that they wouldn't be like, holy shit, this guy is so cool. Don't I look like someone who knows a lot about wind turbines? It's okay, Mr. Woowa. We think you're pretty. Thank you, Mike. It was very sweet of you. Just clanking sounds. No, I'd have like all the different wind turbines. Whole presentation in Irish. I don't know if I'd be good enough to do that. I mean, okay, you guys don't get to look at him anymore. Stop looking at him. He's mine. They're so pissed off by the presentations of it. I'm not following there. What else did I have? There was some really gorgeous art, by the way. If you guys are following me on Twitter, you may have seen me retweet a few things. I see. There was some really, really nice art. He stares at Kenzuki for at least an hour a day. Maybe quite recently, because I'm scrolling through Twitter a lot and looking at it. Only an hour? Well, I mean, maybe some people don't look at Genzuki enough, like a certain angel girl. And by the way, hello, D, my favorite angel girl. I didn't say it earlier. I know I said hi, but I didn't say that, and that's important. I always have to say that. If I ever don't say it, you guys get to call me out and be like, is she not your favorite angel girl anymore? And you guys get to bully me for that. But what if you guys asked that? What if you guys asked that? And I was like, oh yeah, I found a new one. Genzuki became an angel girl. Oh yeah, hi Mr. Ua. Thank you, D. I like when you say Mr. Ua because, I don't know, it sounds silly. It doesn't even make any sense. Ua means descendant of. You're just like, hello, Mr. Descendant. A full body one. Has a poster on the ceiling of dude, I remember I tried to. I had so many issues with like what's the service called? Not drop shipping, but like a shipper basically, to get stuff from Japan, and also it was like really expensive. but I was gonna get it, but I just kept having issues, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done. I'm done." It was very sad. You just realize it's pretty early Woo stream. I don't think it's that early. I started it at about 9:30, which is kind of. It's usually 9:30 to around 10 that I'll start. Oh, I see. I see. So it's gonna be a regular stream. I'm sorry. Like I'll probably go for maybe 2.5 hours. 9:30. 9:00. Oh. Hello, Banana Tiger. You're actually trying to learn a bit about Irish mythos and randomly came across you when browsing? Well, listen, let me tell you the most important thing, Banana. Let me tell you the most important thing about Irish mythology and history. This guy. This guy right here. You gotta know who this is. I'm lying to you, I'm sorry. And it's Kenzuki. That guy made Ireland. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lila. This is unfortunately a thing that happens when people come into streams with established jokes. You need to understand that I am a fan of I am maybe a slight fan of that individual of Genzuki Tojiro. He may be slightly appreciated, and I may be just somewhat of a fan. That's the most influential figure in Irish mythos. Exactly. Yeah, that's Genzuki Pierce Tojiro. Don't you know? Haven't you ever wondered who Podrick Pierce is? That's that guy. Although that's Irish history. That's like rebellion history. Slightly offended. Maybe I have a couple thousand images of him. Genzuki Otishiro. Wait, no, is it Genzuki? Thank you, Banana Tiger, for the follow. Don't worry, we will actually get into the reading soon. I promise you. Maybe wait, what time? Maybe not. Maybe like in another 10-15 minutes. But we will get to it, and actually, we're going to be getting into the arrival of the Gale. So I promise you. But for now, Genzuki. But no, the only reason we're talking about him. Wait, Genzuki Otijiro or Genzuki Mak Tojiro? Genzuki Ua Tojiro? No, stop. Although technically it would be Tojiro Ua Genzuki, wouldn't it? Arrival of the Gay? Bad, Mike. Bold. No, Gale. Lila, no. Bold. Face poke. Damn it. Fox, how dare you. Accept the pokes. I don't want to. Get away from me. How dare you. How come y'all get all the good pokes? Sometimes I don't realize. Pip, you can't say anything. You got me with like one of the best pokes ever. Was when you told me to like look at chat more, and then the moment I did it, you insta got me. You insta shot me. Thank you. Thank you, Fox. That's very kind of you. There, you'll be nice. I like when you're nice. It makes me happy. Oh my god, Haru, I completely forgot. Haru, wait, hang on. Someone remind me, there's the Ruadh reminder tab, remember. Put it in there about making the vampire voice redeem. And like, I guess other voice redeems. I don't know. He fell for it so hard, dude. You got my ass. On it? Thank you, Haru. Because it's just the way my brain works. If I don't think about something, like, I'm not going to remember to do something after a stream. If I say I'm going to do it, the chances of me doing it are slim, unfortunately. Ruadh doesn't keep his promises. No. I never promise things. I say I'll do them. but like, you know, I do it at some point and say I'll do it quickly. You have like 2 weeks until your break. You'll give me Vamp Ua soon. That would be very kind of you. Thank you, Haru. That would be very cool of you. Very sweet of you. I was talking to my mama. I'm thinking about, I think I'm gonna get a big, like, fluffy hairstyle. Like a big, wait, did I respond to my mama? Wait, hang on. I'll check after stream. My phone's away. It's far away. I don't wanna get up. But like a big fluffy hairstyle. Like I think I sent a photo of like some guys from Honkai Star Rail. You know what? You don't know why, but you're gonna draw Ua as a shrimp. Hell yeah! I draw me as like a Gura shrimp. Which one? It was like a series of them. There was one guy with red hair, very red hair, and I was like, I like the way his hair is very long. But then she also pointed out, what was his name? Hang on, I can look at his. No wait, I did respond to my mama. Yeah, I said, big and kind of fluffy. But she said Blade. Who's Blade? Is Blade, I think, is the blue-haired, purple-haired guy. Brother boss tell you which one? Jing Yuan? Let me look at that guy. I love that I say something like, wait, hang on. Honkai. Oh, this guy. I've seen this guy around. Wait a minute. No, hang on. I know who this guy is because I'm pretty sure this guy just looks like Kaida. No, wait, maybe that's another guy. There's a character in Honkai, or like one of them, that just is Kaida Haru. No, I don't think it's him, because I think it might be another outfit. But there's another one that literally is just Kaida Haru. Blade is dead, fish-eyed one. That's really mean to say. That's so mean to say. Is he him? Hang on. Let me get up an image of not Genzuki, of Kaida Haru. Banana, listen, I swear to you, we will get, I swear to you, we will actually get into the reading stream. We're reading Lady Augusta Gregory's Irish Myths and Legends, Gods and Fighting Men. I swear. Let me get up an image of Kaida real quick. Where is it? Alvin, Axia, Bonavir, Chaika, Fauna, Genzuki, Gura, Hoshikawa. Oh, there he is, Kaida. This is a good image of him. Yeah. So he looks like this. And there's like a character in a game, and I looked at him and I'm just like, oh no, this is like my folder for like anything that I download. I'm someone who likes to be very organized. I like being very organized, so I have to put things into folders. You're also just vibing. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Ugh. Who else do I have a folder of? Like sometimes I have like maybe 1 or 2 images in it. I have Mashiro, I have Mikan, Muna, Mume, Nadechama, Nageo, Pikami. Why do I have an image of Rodney Dangerfield in my VTuber folder? Why do I have this? Why do I have an image of Rodney Dangerfield here? How important is this guy in Myths? He's the other, like, second most important character. He's the dog. No, wait, I know why I have an image of this guy. Because I remember I had an idea. If I ever, like, you know how, like, if you get into, like, Niji or Hololive, you have to, like, kind of come up with a debut. Like, a debut idea. So, for those of you who don't know, Rodney Dangerfield is a comedian. He's an old school comedian. He was very quick with one-liners. His whole thing was like just very fast jokes, kind of often self-denigrating. I don't really have anything off the top of my head, but he's often like, I get no respect. My wife, oh, she's a real battle axe, my wife. No, that's Norm. But, well, no, he'd give stuff like that as well. He'd be like, but often it was like about his wife cheating on him, or or like, you know, the doctors making fun of him or things like that. So that was his style, but he also just had some great witty stuff. We should watch it, one of his performances one day. But I was like, what if I did a debut where I, like, you know, it opens up and I'm like a brand new Niji Sanji or Hololive or First Stage Productions or something VTuber, and there's like a curtain, and I come onto stage and I start just riffing. I start just doing a Rodney Dangerfield bit. I just do a Rodney Dangerfield bit, and I make fun of like all of my colleagues. I make fun of like all of my colleagues. You know, you're just gonna talk. No. Maybe I make a passing joke about him, but it would be more like, oh, I had a really funny one. I kind of forget it now. I remember I was coming up with like little ideas about it. Ooh, a bully confirmed. Dude, it would be the fastest debut and graduation you've ever seen in your life. Because like I had some stuff in there that I was gonna like make fun of Vox. I was gonna make fun of like who's the discount Vox again? I think that's what I was gonna call him. I think I was just gonna call him a discount Vox. Hex Haywire, that was it. Listen. I did not like his thing. I did not like him. His like whole lore and the whole I'm a psychiatrist, tell me your issues. So I feel like he came in and he was like just gunning for Vox's fan base. I felt like he tried to turn everything about Vox up to like 11. Trauma dumped me, like, yeah, no, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sure I'm gonna get blacklisted for this, which sucks because I'll never get to meet Genzuki, but listen, World's cancelled before it even begins, but I'm sorry, I did not like that. And then he, like, I get the whole, like, sexual stuff, like, showing a toy on stream or something, like, okay, I just don't like it that it was like, oh my god, I didn't mean to, like, no, obviously you did, shut up. I don't know, I just found that stuff kind of like, it just made me roll my eyes. Yeah, it was a toggle, basically. Oh no, I think it might have just been like an acid. I don't know. But no, I don't want to talk about these things while Kaida's on my stream. Anyway, let's move away from that. There's a character in some game, one of the gacha games, that looks like him. Who is it? You didn't know about that? Yeah, that was a weird one. Hello, Ide Beans. Thank you for the hydrate. Bye. You said H? Bye. Kalis? Let me look up that. What game is he from? Is he also from Honkai? I feel like that's the only gacha game that I know of, but Kalis game. Wait, AO3 fanfiction, Kalis X Firefly, Kalis and Stel, Kalis X Dan Heng. I don't know what that means. I don't know what those are. Game. No, not him. Please read a fan fiction on stream. You're begging. Protag of Hunker Star Rail. Wait, Hunker Star Rail. Maybe it is him. Hang on. But maybe he has an outfit where he looks more like Kaida. Okay, that's a really close-up image of him. No, there is like absolutely a guy that literally I look at him and I'm like, that's just Kaida. But in an outfit. He has the same kind of silvery hair, the same blue eyes. Fanfiction where they passionately kiss. Is it real fanfiction if they don't passionately kiss? Man, I never got to that part in my fanfiction. Anyway. Kalis X Sunday. Kayla is the most similar one you can think of. Y is from ZZZ. Hatham. Your main? Maybe he has an outfit where he looks... No, that's just brought up some... Hatham bin Tariq. He looks like some kind of oil baron. I don't think that's who your beloved is. Maybe it's Genshin. You need glasses? No, it brought up someone. Oh, that's it. That's the guy that I always look at, and I'm like, that's just Kaida. Al-Hathim. No, but it is. Listen, he has some other outfits. Yeah, some other outfit. He's a much more muscular version of Kaida. You said it, Nora. You got it. Yeah, Nora got it first. I see that now. But yeah, no, this guy looks a lot like Kaida. Because you can, like, the color and stuff is like the same. Love muscles. I don't think you would like it. Well, you might like Haru, or like Haru. You may like Haru because this is Kaida Haru. But the fact I have Rodney Dangerfield here is just really funny to me. Hang on, let me pull this one up. He has very thin. He has very princessy arms. I feel like you'd like this image of him. I swear we'll get into the... Why do I have a problem, Fox? I do not have a problem. I'm just showing images. It's really Kaida Haru and Genzuki Tojiro. Those were the two that got me into VTubing. Nagioke definitely had a hand in it too, but it was Kaida Haru and Genzuki Tojiro. You love his earrings and outfit. This is a gorgeous outfit. It is. He has a cloak as well for it, but this is the one I have immediately saved. He's got 1 terabyte. No. What did I? Oh. Here's the full thing. I like this pose. I'm not gonna tell you guys. I'm not gonna tell you guys what the folder names are, or the image names. You guys remember? That? Remember I started reading out names, like how I describe things. Usually it's like the name and then the artist, but sometimes it's like, so for example, Kaida Prince, Kaida new outfit, Kaida side eye, Little Kaida Limbo, because he was playing the Limbo game. Little Ida, Kaida Mr. Worldwide. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, this was something that went viral. Not this image, but Kaida once, when EN were like blowing up, when Niji EN were going crazy, Kaida once, I'm sorry I'm not reading you guys' streams, by the way. Going back, you'd make it an FSP route. You are a top tier Fujo magnet. Why? Am I just dumb? But anyway, someone says Genzuki, you instant fangirl. Shut up. But anyway, I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been Selin, or like one of the girls were talking about like the things they like. It was their debut, and they were talking about like, it might have been Selin, or like maybe it was after this. But oh man, I feel bad now that I mentioned Selin. You gotta have the class. Bye, Pip. You should introduce me to all your friends. You should put me on your class. Hello, Halsey Deathslinger69. Please don't sling any death in my chat. That would not be good. Thank you, by the way, for the head pat. Irish gang, woo. Irish gang. You won't. You won't. Oh, my heart. Sling him to death. No, don't sling me. I like to imagine that like people are imagining, you know, he gets a sling and he gets a rock and it spins really fast and hits me. But actually he puts me in a giant slingshot and shoots me into the sky and you never see me again. Fujo and Gale magnet. Dude, I won't, but thanks. That's really funny to me. I'm gonna snip that image because that's really funny. Yeah, I gotta put that in a Discord. There's something. People won't even know if they're not watching. But I won't. But okay. I'm back now. Anyway, and to get shush, maybe. But anyway, one of the new Niji Sanjis were doing their debut, and they were talking about things that they were into, and they were talking, of course, about their the type of things that they like, that they're fans of. It may not have even been a debut. It may have been some random stream. No, it was definitely a debut because Kaido was watching. And they mentioned that they like tights. You know, the things that ladies wear and sometimes guys. And Kaida, in like his best broken English, was like, "I like tights too," and they say replying to each other, and Kaida was like, "Tights bring us together." It was really funny. I have to. I will find it and I will retweet it. You love tights too. I also like tights. I also like them, but it was just funny. It was just funny seeing like this clash of JP and EN. This was back when everything was really great. Hello, Francis. Wait, hello, Francis X7. Thank you very much for the follow. Very kind of you. Is it tights or thighs? It's tights. Tights, I think it was. But Kaida had a whole discussion before with Hoshikawa, I think. Yeah, I think it was Hoshikawa. Talking about his love of tights and also like blackness in manga. He was like, you know, the imagination running wild is like one of the best things. Like not being able to see it is like something that he loves. It was weird. It was a weird thing to watch, having never seen him discuss these type of things. I love the fact that like I am an English only peasant. I'm English only, so I have to just rely on translators. I would assume they would typically go together, but I guess you could wear tights like a pair of gloves, I guess. But yes, I do agree. Those are pretty good. I'm not about to get an ad for you guys, am I? No, I'm pretty sure I turned that off. Dude, I'm gonna get like sued by Niji Sanji, and they're gonna bring their whole like listed fund capital against me for showing all these images. Excuse me. I don't think you guys will get any ads. No, I have them turned off. Good. Excellent. You need tights. Your ankles are out like a common... No. Stop. Don't call me that. It's mean. You shouldn't be mean to me, Harold. Go drown. Ahem. Thank you. Wait. Okay, no. There was only a tiny bit of tea, but I almost knocked tea into the direction of, like, my plugs. Thankfully, all of them are plugged in. Like, all the plugs are in, so I don't think anything would get in there, but you never know. You swear, Automod. We've established that Automod is like a heroist. He really does not like you. Almost went boom boom like Caleb. Boom boom. Wait, what song is that again? Boom 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 boom. I want you in my room. We'll spend the night together from now until forever. That was not the first song I had in mind, but it was the second one that came in. Please put that teacup away. Okay, I'll move it slightly away from the edge. There's not much tea in there. I drank it all. But I think now we've hit exactly the hour mark. I think now we're actually going to get into the ASMR portion of this stream. Don't explode, you still need Vamp Redeem. After you get your Vamp Redeem, then I can go explode. Edges your teeth. No, Mike, don't be a cat. No, bold. I will pick you up by your scruff of the neck and fling you. An hour, dude. You guys are getting better at this. I feel bad for anyone who's like, oh, I can't wait for Ruadh to continue the reading, and then like an hour in they have to leave. Did you hear Venga, boys? Does Ruadh like to party? We like to party. We like the party. We like the party. It's one of the songs I wouldn't be like a Venga head. I don't know. Is that their names? But like I obviously I know that song. I know that tune. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe I should do it on a karaoke someday. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm trying to get into like my hello Sunday, by the way. Do you prefer to be called Pixel or Sunday or Pixunday? Please do. Okay. I'll then whiplash you guys by immediately going. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. Put some music on that's soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. You liked my 60-minute man cover? Maybe I should do that one. That'll give you a fun song to sing. Sunday, usually. Got it. You can't wait until we learn about the most important figure that you already educated you about. Sunday, you may have missed me talking about Gensuki Tojiro and Kaida Haru for like 20 minutes. It was about 25 minutes. The first half of this stream was something, other things, but that became the most important stuff for a little while. But anyway, let us get into our actual content for today, because I'm running out of ideas and I need to use the intelligence and ability and productiveness of other people to fill the void of creativity that is my ability. Your brain is rotting. It's deteriorating at a rapid rate. So, let us get back into Irish myths and legends, gods and fighting men. Ooh, that was a stutter. What happened there? Did you guys see that? You think you caught one of your talks about the stars or other VTuber boys before? I will admit, I didn't spend too much time on the EN side of things, and I'm kind of outside of the corpo sphere at the moment. Although I'm going to try and get back in because I enjoyed watching the live, the 5th anniversary live for for Val's. True, Harold. Anyway, let's get back into our reading. When last we left off, we were looking at various stories. We finished that was 2 streams ago, the tale about the sons of Tailton? Oh god, I read it like, Turin was what I was thinking of. And we ran through the battle of the Famor versus the Tuatha, where the Tuatha ultimately emerged victorious and threw off the yoke of the oppressive Famor. It's so hard to find times to watch streams when you have your own streams. Dude, I know, it's really difficult. Really, really hard. Especially if you're like, if you have anything, like obviously work and stuff, but I'm going to try and start watching streams more during work time. I'm just going to have to, like, I'm already pretty good at hiding when I'm listening to, like, Suzuki Masaru ASMR ear cleaning during work, but I'm going to have to do stuff, because I feel like I just don't watch enough of my friends and things. You're off topic, no worries. Literally the whole chat's aim is just to throw me off and get me talking. But now we get into the coming of the gale. Chapter 1, The Landing. It is not known now for what length of time the Tuatha had the sway over Ireland, and it is likely it was for a long time they had it, but they were put from it at last. It was at Inner Sean, to the north of Leinster, the sons of Gaedal of the shining armour, the very gentle, that were called afterwards the Sons of the Gale, made their first attempt to land in Ireland to avenge Ith, one of their race that had come there one time and had met with his death. It was under the leadership of the sons of Meal. They were, and it was from the south they came, and their druids had told them that there were no country for them to settle in till they would come to that island in the west. And if you do not get possession of it yourselves, they said, your children will get possession of it. Hello, Lassalot. Welcome in. It's nice to see you. But when the Tuatha saw the ships coming, they flocked to the shore, and by their enchantments they cast such a cloud over the whole island that the sons of Meal were confused, and all they could see was some large thing that had the appearance of a pig. And when they were hindered from landing there by enchantments, they went sailing around the coast, till at last they were able to make landing at Inverskeen, in the west of Munster. From that they marched in good order as far as Slieve Miss, and there they were met by a queen of the Tuatha, and a train of beautiful women attending her, and her druids and wise men following her. Amergin, one of the sons of Meal, spoke to her then, and asked her name, and she said it was Banba, wife of Macul, son of the Hazel. No, don't poke me. Mean. I'm trying to read. I was just reading it from memory, of course, because I have these things learned off completely. But I should have the book open to make sure I get it perfect. You're late and can't stay long. Need to head to sleep. Just popped in to say hi. That's okay. Have a good eep. McCool of the same Fionn McCool fame? No, different McCool. It's just son of the Hazel. So this is a different individual. This would be we're going to be getting into Fionn McCool, but this is like this is just a different individual. They went on then till they came to Slieve Evelyn, and there another queen of the Tuatha met them, and her women and her druids after her, and they asked her name, and she said it was Fola, wife of Macecht, son of the plough. They went on then till they came to the hill of Uisnech, and there they saw another woman coming towards them, and there was wonder on them while they were looking at her. For in the one moment she would be as a wide-eyed, most beautiful queen, and in another she would be a sharp-beaked grey-white crow. She came on to where Eamon, so one of the sons of Meal, was, and sat down before him, and he asked her who she was, and she said, I am Eru, wife of Macgrena, son of the sun. How do the BIAV fans feel about the actual spelling of Maccool? I was thinking of saying it, but I like the splitting of it. I like doing the Mac as a separate thing, not doing the Muck like the MC, but doing MAC and then cool. And the names of those three queens were often given to Ireland in the time after. The sons of the Gael went on afterwards to Tara, with the three sons of Kermit, not Kermit, Kermit Honeymouth, son of the Dagda, that had the kingship between them at that time, held their court. And these three were quarrelling with one another about the division of the treasures their father had left. And the quarrel was so hot it seemed likely it would come to a battle in the end. And the sons of the Gael wondered to see them quarrelling about things, and them having such a fruitful an island, where the air was so wholesome, and the sun not too strong, or the cold too bitter, and where there was such plenty of honey and acorns, and of milk and of fish and of corn, and room enough for them all. Hello, the bear. Welcome in. Hi. Thank you for the first time chat. Maccool. Makes sense. Are the two you usually see? I see two. But he's definitely Mick Cool too. No, I think that's a McDonald's character. Thank you, Bear, for the follow. Very kind of you. Do you guys know that there's a whole law Haru, how dare you? How dare you? I'm gonna allow that so everyone can see what you wrote. But there's a whole law tract written in like old Irish. Would it be Old Irish? Well, it would be after Irish was starting to be written. Um, but Mac Cumhale, you would want to get cover in that weather. You really glossed over past the coming of the gale. You guys need to shush. um, God, I'm trying to read here, and I'm dealing with a bunch of degenerates. You weren't gonna make the joke. I'm glad that you're all of one single brain cell. But there's a whole law tract about honey and beekeeping. It's really interesting that, like, there was so much going on, but this was clearly something that was really important and very important. You admire your restraint, you're a Fujo, and you can't help it. Great grandeur they were living in, and their druids about them at the place of Tara. And Amergin went to them, and it is what he said, that they must give up the kingship there or then, or they must leave it to the chance of a battle. And he said he would ask this in revenge for the death of Ith, or the race of the Gale that had come to their court before that time, and had been killed by treachery. When the sons of Kermit Honeymouth heard Amergin saying such fierce words, they were not willing to fight at that time. Saying such fierce words, there was wonder on them, and it is what they said, that they were not willing to fight at that time, for their army was not ready. It's really funny seeing things like wonder on them, and just phrases like that, because that's very much an Irish thing. The way kind of feelings are often expressed is through the term. What would be the standard ert? I guess I'm trying to think what the. So, for example, if you were sad, you'd say Tobron or but that effectively means sadness is on me. Lancelot, you're actually an Irish teacher, so you could explain this better than me. You were about beekeeper, but then you found out you were going to be a beekeeper, but then you found out you were allergic to bees. Dude, if you qualified as a R as a standard, yes. Just as on, sorry, that's how it works basically. The things like that, and then you take it, and depending on if you're saying me, you, he, she, they, then you have different versions of it. But it basically means this feeling is on me. So when we're seeing here, when it's phrases like the wonder was on them, I feel like that's probably where that translation is coming from. We bizarre phrases, but we don't realize we use it because we're used to it. Son. Oh, hello, son. I didn't even realize you joined. You don't know about Irish, but sometimes the phrases "sadness is upon me" are perfectly valid. I wonder, is that influenced by Irish? Need laughs a lot lessons every stream now. You were legit kept bees for 5 years before you found it. The fact that you didn't get stung for like 5 years is pretty impressive. That's really unfortunate to hear, though. Banana, that's so sad. Dude, you just gotta be really careful in your bee suit. Smartphone might be translated as intelligent phone in another language, and is perfectly valid. Beekeeping seems so cool. It does. And you get all the honey too. It's interesting that the translator chose to translate the cultural odor of Irish where possible. It's usually something they try to remove when targeting the mass market. I feel like if I was better, and of course, if I was better at Irish, and of course more familiar with the source texts, I feel like I'd be able to comment on this more. Unfortunately, I can't. Bees are adorable. They're so cute. Beekeeping is cringe. You want to keep cool 3-headed dogs with snakes for tails, not bees. I think that's cringe, son. And we didn't have a law tract about keeping Cerberus snake things, so I don't allow you to do that. You're doing farm animals with kids right now. You'd love it, dude. If you Lancelot, if you were to do a whole lesson about animals, I think my chat would love it, because you'd be up there, you'd be here, you'd be like, what sound does a cow make? And they'd all go, moo. And you'd be like, good job. And they'd all be very happy because you're praising them. Maybe it's recently developed. You were stung by 10 bees at once in one of the hive boxes, but stung periodically. I'd say it might be that it was something that developed recently. Yeah, because you were being stung, maybe your body, even though sometimes you think that would make you stronger to it, maybe it just developed like that. That would be a great vibe. Cow. Did you guys like my moo? I thought it was a very good moo. I like when I'm walking, sometimes I see cows. I just see cows in the field. Sometimes when you're traveling, you had Old MacDonald in Irish. You're gonna have to send that on. That sounds really cute. I'm sure I did it before. You loved my moo. Slays your weird dog snake thing in Dragon's Dogma. Monster Hunter slays your pet. Lamau, get wrecked, idiot. Now I'm gonna cook him into some food. Tough farm. Egon Farmer. I was reading about mythology and the story of Heracles and Cerberus is so silly. Hades is like, yeah, sure, you can borrow him, just don't hurt him. That's so cute. That's really cute. Just don't hurt my pet. He's a good boy. You know, Hades was like, don't hurt him. He's a good boy. Don't make him do any like silly things. I mean, he's saying like, don't hurt him, like he isn't a giant 3-headed dog. Also, Moo Asquelga is Moo. That looks funny. You're from the rural area of the USA, so you see cows like almost every day. They're cool, guys. I've seen a bull a few times. They're scary motherfuckers. They would kill you in a heartbeat. And they're so strong. Those are incredible animals. You moo back whenever you see them. I do the exact same, Haru. I walk past pigeons and I either say like, what's up, pidge? Or I just like put my hand towards them and just go pigeon, and I pretend to go to pick them up, and then they run away. No, that's mean. Proceeds to take him to the overworld, whereupon Cerberus doesn't like the sunlight and vomits poisonous plants. Oh no, hey, Heracles, you made Cerberus sick. Apologize. Pigeons are so underappreciated. I've mentioned this before. Hang on, we'll get back into the reading, but I mentioned this before. I don't understand why there seems to be a predominance of women that are scared of birds, and pigeons in particular. I don't understand this, and it's something I've come across at least like 6 times. Okay, that's a very specific number. I'm going to say 5 times, but like it possibly was more. Pigeons are so cute. They're just dumb. They're dumb looking. They're just silly. Jumped him? Heracles comes back. He's like, oh yeah, sorry about your dog. He got sick, by the way. Anyway, cheers, brah. And then he goes to leave, and Hades just fucking like runs up behind him and clocks him. That's also a specific number. But 5 is like very general though. Like, yeah, I saw it like 5 times. Like, it's a very general. You hate pigeons, also seagulls. I think, son, you just dislike animals. But yeah, I'm a fan of pigeons. I think they're silly little guys. I feel like there's often been times that I feel like if I wanted to, I could just pick them up. You liked snails? Dude, I just remembered a time when I crushed like 1, 2, crunch. I think it was 3 snails. And I think actually there was a 4th later on down the road. I felt horrible. They ate your chrysanthemums? What? You would love to pick up birds just to pick them up. Of course I'm talking about like the UK women pick up birds. No. You're so mean. No, it was an accident. It was literally one of the most tragic things I've ever experienced. I was coming out of a house. And I don't know what I was doing. I think I was walking, and I was like just walking, wasn't looking, and it was nighttime, so I couldn't see. I could see things because the light was on, but like I couldn't, listen, I felt the crunch under my foot of one, and I was like, oh no, because I always feel bad. I always try and avoid them, or I kind of look at them, and they're like, oh, they're cool little guys. I love snails. but I crunched one, and I was like, oh no! And I like spun on my feet. I stepped forward and spun on that foot, and as I spun, I put my other foot back, and I felt the crunch of another one. And I was like, no! And I continued walking backwards. I took another like 2 steps, and I felt a third crunch, and I stepped off and I stopped. I just stopped walking, and I was actually devastated. I was devastated down to my core, down to my absolute core. I actually felt so bad on the way home, and then I felt another one. Yeah, that's what it was. I felt another one like halfway to my destination, and I just gave up at that point. I gave up at that point. I was like, I don't even know what to do. I'm sorry, God, please don't throw me in hell about this. Did a whole massacre. That's what it felt like. I felt like I just killed a whole family of snails. Anytime you step on a snail, you pity the misfortune of the snail for being born a snail to walk under your foot. I'll have you know, son, snails like slide, or they sludge forward. They don't walk. They don't have feet, so they can't walk under your foot. It's like those renditions of hell where you can't stop reliving your worst crime, dude. That would be my hell, wouldn't it? Owned. Get wrecked, nerd. I call him nerd as I'm reading. You'll pull me there. No, don't pull me down to hell. Unironically, I like when it I genuinely felt so bad. Like, not even joking. I felt so sad. I think I was like standing there with like my head on my hands, and I was just I felt bad, but I was also flabbergasted. I was bemused. I was flummoxed as to what had just occurred. You would have cried. I feel like actually that probably would have happened. Dude, I remember I stepped on a slug with bare feet one day. I was coming back from the beach. I was out swimming, and I didn't want. I was like, my feet are all wet. I'll just walk home. And I was walking barefoot on the grass, and then I felt the squish, and I looked at my foot, and it was all sticky. I was like, ugh. I just felt very bad. Hello, Mike. Oh wait, how do I pronounce this again? Mike Tilapiado. Yeah, that's it. Bare feet. No. When you step on Brua, it's Brua. But no, don't step on Brua. He doesn't like that. You're gonna put like a foot-shaped thing in his bread, in his like top of him. No one's gonna want foot bread. No, I don't want to say no one, because it's just definitely strange people. There's definitely some strange people who would want that. Sourdough breeda. I'm gonna get back into my reading. You guys have distracted me enough. We got like 2 pages. Puts brewer in toaster. Now he's toastua. No, he'd be toastua. He'd be toastua. Of the 2 a day. Oh yeah, so anyway, there was wonder on them, and it is what they said, that they were not willing to fight at that time, for their army was not ready. But let us make an offer to you, they said, for we see well you have good judgment and knowledge, but if you make us an offer that is not fair, they said, we will destroy you with our enchantments. At that Amergin bade the men that were with him to go back to Inniskeen, and to hurry again into their ships with the rest of the sons of the Gale, and to go out the length of 9 ways from the shore, and then he made his offer to the Tuatha Dé, that if they could hinder his men from landing on their island, he and his ships would go back again to their own country, and would never make any attempt to come again. But if the sons of Gale could land on the coast in spite of them, then the Tuatha Dé should give up the kingship and be under their sway. The Tuatha Dé were well pleased with that offer, for they thought that by the power of their enchantments over the wind and the seas, and by their arts they would be able to keep them from ever setting foot on the country again. So the sons of Gale did as Amergin bade them, and went back into their ships, and drew up their anchors, and moved out to the length of 9 ways from the shore. And as soon as the men of Dea saw that they had left the land, they took to their enchantments and spells, and they raised up a great wind that scattered the ships of the Gale, and drove them from one another. But Amergin knew it was not a natural storm. And Arnon, son of Miel, knew that as well, and he went up to the mast of his ship to look about him. But a great blast of wind came against him, and he fell back into the ship, and died on that moment. Damn, I thought that guy was gonna, like, do something, but no, he fucking died. I mean, oh no, one of my ancestors. And there was great confusion on the gale, for the ships that were tossed to and fro, and had like to be lost, and the ship that Don, son of Miel, was in command of, was parted from the others by dint of the storm, and was broken into pieces, and he himself and all with him were drowned, 24 men and women in all. And Eir, son of Miel, came to his death in the same way, and his body was cast on the shore, and it was buried in a small island that is now called Skellig Michael. Oh, shit. A brave man Eir was, leading the sons of Gale to the front of every battle, and their help and their shelter in battle, and his enemy were a dread in his name. And Hermon, another of the sons of Miel, with his share of the ships, were driven to the left of the island, and as hardly he got safe to land. And the place where he landed was called Inner Culpa, because Culpa of the sword, another of the sons of Miel, was drowned there, and he trying to get to the land. 5 of the sons of Miel in all were destroyed by the storm, and the winds of men of the Dea had raised by their enchantments, and there were but 3 of them left, Heber, Hermon, and Amergin. And one of them, Don, before he was swept into the sea, called out, "It is treachery our knowledgeable men are doing on us, not to put down this wind." "There is no treachery," said Amergin, his brother, and he rose up then before them. And whatever enchantment he did on the wind and the seas, he said these words along with it: "That they that are tossing in the great wide food-giving sea may reach now to the land, that they may find a place upon its plains, its mountains, and its valleys, in its forests that are full of nuts and of all fruits, and on its rivers and streams, on its lakes and its great waters, that we may have our gatherings and our races in this land, that there may be a king of our own in Tara, that it may be possession of our many kings, that the sons of Miel may be seen in this land, that their ships and their boats may find a place here. This land that is now under darkness, it is for we are asking. Let our chief men, let our learned wives, ask that we may come to the noble woman, great Eru." After he had said this, the wind went down, and the sea was quiet again on that moment. And those that were left of the sons of Miel and the sons of the Gale landed then at Inner Skeen. And Amergin was the first to put his foot on the land. And when he stood on the shore of Ireland, he said, "I am the wind of the sea on the sea. I am the wave on the sea. I am the bull of the 7 battles. I am the eagle on the rock. I am a flash from the sun, the most beautiful of plants. I am a strong wild boar. I am a salmon in the water. I am a lake in the plain. I am the world of knowledge. I am the head of the spear in battle. I am the god that puts fire in the head. Who spreads light in the gathering on the hills? Who can tell the ages of the moon? Who can tell the place where the sun rests?" Those are all questions. He wasn't saying who, like, as in I'm the one who does this. He was like, those are question marks at the end. He was like, who does this? I know I just landed here and I'm being very, very confident in myself. But I'm also, who does these things? I've been thinking about it recently on the way over here. Brua ua submissible. I don't like that one, son. That one's terrible. You should be banned for that one. You wish we had better knowledge of these myths, of how these myths shaped the culture of those who held them, what kind of festivals, rituals, superstitions they had in respect to these stories. Yeah. Unfortunately, you've got to head to bed. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Slán live. Thank you, lass, a lot for coming up and coming along. It's always appreciated. It is unfortunate. Chapter 2. The Battle of Tailton. Tucks you in. Thank you, Nora, for the head pat. Thank you, thank you. Good night, good night. That's really cute, Mike. I'm going to start doing that when people say bed. No, then they might say, get your motherfucking hands off me. Don't you dare tuck me in. Did you guys ever have... I had this really weird experience. And I want to see if other people had it. I don't know if it was like the shape of the room or something, but when I was younger, tucks you in, tucks your ass in homie style, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. I brought a blanket, motherfucker. Time to get cozy, motherfucker. Throw them in bed and aggressively tuck them in. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I was younger, like 1800 years ago, and I'd be like in bed. I remember sometimes I'd wake up and I'd like stare at my door. I'd be like facing the door, and like the room was still kind of squarish shaped, but it also had like, you know, it kind of extended. The door was kind of a little further back than the square of the room, so it was kind of rectangle towards it, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like not a corridor, but like it was kind of extended beyond it a little bit. I remember I would wake up, and it happened a good few times. I would wake up and I'd look at the door, and it would be like the whole room would shift, like from the door, it would like shift forward, and it would get like really far away. And it would be like my vision would like zoom in, but also it would be zooming out because everything would be getting further away. And it would basically, like, it would freak me out and I'd be scared and it would be like a nightmare type thing. Time to eat. Auto mod removes. Oh, no. But the Celts and the surrounding cultures did not have much writing, and pretty much all of it is lost. Well, no, a good amount was saved through the priests. Of course, it was ultimately kind of both synthesized, and then later on there was a lot of trying to cross out things. So we have much earlier things, like from the 6th century, from like the 6th century, 7th century, that have a lot more of the myths involved, and probably are much closer to the originals. And then there are ones later on, kind of in the 11th and 12th century. You get that sometimes. You might be hallucinating, bro. Have you ever used random things as a blanket when you're in a sleepover and your friend forgot to bring you a blanket? Thankfully, no. But I have had to sleep, like, just with no blanket a few times. You got that sometimes? I'm glad that someone agrees with me, Mike. Someone understands what I'm talking about. I do think it was literally, you know, hallucination. And then the sons of Noah arrived, and the gods of Ireland revealed they were actually evil demons and fled from the light of Jesus. Yeah, based, yeah. Listen. Oisin and Cuilta both literally met Saint Patrick, and that's how we have the stories of the Fianna. That's how we got the stories of the Fianna, because Oisin and Cuilta met Saint Patrick and told him all of the stories about what they did. Don't you be coming in here and trying to say that didn't happen, okay? There's like 2 different versions where Oisin arrives from Tirnanog, and he gets off his horse, and then he falls off his horse, and he, you know, says a few things, and then he turns to dust. But in another story, then he meets St. Patrick. Kind of wish they just wrote them down plainly. I mean, that's not going to happen, is it? That's just, you know, maybe these days it would, but especially from so far, like, things get lost, things get destroyed. Like, I'm sure we actually had way more, son. I'm sure we had way more stuff about the actual stuff. However, how much of it was probably burned by, like, the Vikings and was lost in other burnings? In this house, Cuilta is Irish. No, Cuilta is Irish. I'm Irish. I'm the son of Cuilta. Lore. Oh, wait, no. In this house, St. Patrick is Irish. He met Cuilta, and they made the Fianna. You're thinking of the Sopranos scene. I do want to read Ireland's... I'm sorry, guys. I forget that this is meant to be ASMR. I want to read Ireland's Immortals, because there's some really interesting stuff about the history of the priests and the monks in Ireland in relation to the Tuatha Dé, and the ways kind of the perception of them changed over time, and the different kind of approaches to the Tuatha Dé. I mean, even the name Tuatha Dé Danann, or the men of Danu, or the such things. I mean, that comes out from what I understand anyway, from what the book said. Danann or Danu isn't really something that's there. It's because in the Bible, the Jews are ultimately referred to as the Tuatha Dé, the people of God. But if you have another group called the Tuatha Dé, in this sense meaning kind of the tribe of gods or something like that, it becomes a little bit confusing. So they, at least from what it was saying, is that one of the theories was this Danu character was either created, or they kind of, I don't know if they would have created it, but they may have raised up kind of an existing character into something a little bit more important than initially. But we'll definitely get onto Ireland's Immortals one day, because I'd love to reread it. There's some really good stuff. But let's get back into, and this time we're going for Chapter 2, the Battle of Tailteann. You're a Tuatha Dé phase clan. Did you hit some sick trick shot? No scopes you? No. Hit marker. That's not my angry mark. That's a hit marker. Ugh. You even got a headshot. You got a collab headshot. Wall bang. Good job. Hi, Tallies. Welcome in. How are you? It's nice to see you. Thank you for the head pat. How's your choir mates going? It's always nice to see you, Tallies. We're reading about Irish myths and legends. You're good? That's good to hear. You actually sang this morning? That's really cool. I need to see. One of the issues is that even though I'm taking singing lessons, I just, either because I'm busy, or I kind of like forget, or I get lazy. I don't do the practice I should do. I don't do the practice that I should do in terms of actually, like, you know, doing my ear training, doing my pitching. I feel like if I just spent, like, if I actually focused on those for even a couple of weeks, I'd get way better. At least at, like, the basic stuff. But then if I have that foundation, it would help a lot. But I'm glad to hear you're doing well. As an ex-music major, it's all about practice. Oh, for some reason I thought Tally said this, and I was going to be like, wait, Tally, you're a musician too? Well, you are a choir person, so that's... Practice is always the rule of music, at least an hour a day, if not more. I just can't really do that, unfortunately. Well, I could, but, like, the thing is that, like, okay, the weekends will have to be, but, like, I am... In terms of time... Right after brushing your teeth every day, maybe I should do it on the bus, or, like, on the train, or, like, when I'm walking. I should just do it then. You didn't study... Yeah, no, I misread it. Classical vocalist. You don't play any instruments. That's really cool. But that's really cool as well, Banana. It's all about practice. That's what I think I need to do. I need to spend more time at it. But the thing is that, like, I have overtime, work, study, streaming, gym, having a life, and then, you know, everything else, like just normal day things, and it's really hard to find time to do things on a daily. Like, usually by the time I'm sitting down to, like, get ready to stream at usually around 9 p.m. on a weekend. Hello, Dulcet, you never followed me. Don't worry. I've done the same thing before, where, like, I've gone into someone that I know and I'm good friends with, and I go, uh-oh, I don't have you followed. I don't want to do that. I usually wait until after stream so I don't get embarrassed. You just realized you weren't. Been twisted by Christian scholars, so you wanted to understand Christian religious thinking more to figure it out, what they probably changed. There's some really good stuff in Ireland's Immortals. I would say if you want to pick up a book that really dives into that, son, I would highly recommend that one. It does some really great analysis of the work. Ruadh lore, well, of course, Dulce. For those of you who already know, but for those of you who don't, my name is Rua Uaquilta. I'm a half-human, half-Tuatha, which by now you should know well that they were the god people of Ireland, who lived here before the Gale arrived, which we're discussing now. Uaquilta. I mean, Quilta is close enough. Let me go... No, not lower in all capitals. But if I do this, you can find a video, actually, made by me. I would hope it would be made by me. It'd be weird if some random person made a video for my debut, narrating my lore. You did philosophy and theology. Dude, I have like the smartest of chats. Without even looking at it, he just has really good peripheral vision. Yeah. Sometimes I read the stories without even my books, and I'm just remembering it from memory. And the dumbest too. Very true. The most brain rotted. We balance it out. Yeah, it's very important. Yin and yang, as the Taoists would say. But. Let me do a few pages of reading more. I don't think we really did a whole lot. We've done 5. You meant to tell me I inspired you to start doing reading streams every once in a while. That's really sweet of you, Tallies. I've been told that a few people have been McMorgan was inspired is getting inspired to read some stories, kind of similar Irish myths. I think Halconis has done some reading. In the past, reciting long passages from literature was a popular party trick. True. We should do that one where like we learn the original Greek of Homer's, not the Iliad, yeah, sure, but also the Odyssey. No, the Iliad and the Odyssey. The reason you want to more learn about Irish myth is since you're pagan, but you won't go into all that. Banana Tiger, that's the same as McMorgan. He is also kind of someone. So you and McMorgan may be quite good. Get on quite well. You've been doing the romance of the tree dragons. Ooh, that sounds cool. That's real history, by the way. Definitely get in. I definitely I will try and take a listen to that. I've always wanted more listening stuff for work, so that would be perfect. This is cool. You're planning a trip to Ireland next year, so your streams will help. Definitely. I would, if you're Confucius, say, Ruadh chat full of Fujo. Fujo rot. Very important. And I sometimes feed into it. But if you are coming to Ireland, I would highly recommend you get out of Dublin, please. Rent a car and go travel around the island. There are women here. Son, I'll have you know, I think a lot of my chat are women. I also get scared. That's what you're planning? Good. You want to know Heidegger's books that way, to be honest? Oh, the way you can recite them? Mm-hmm. You're not, but you're just a Fujo. Yeah. Some of them are just Fujo men. The most powerful of Fujos. I don't want to say the most powerful, but pretty powerful. You'll jump, y'all. No. See, this is what I mean when I say women are scary. They just threaten you and beat you. Boss, go drown. See, Haru's like threatening me to kill me. Automod is constantly trying to protect me. Is constantly trying to protect me. I actually did need this sip of water. Why is it a surprise there's women here? Hello, Averky D. I don't think it's a surprise to me. I think Sun was making a joke. You're an outlier. You switch teams. A Fujo, but a man. You think this is called Greek? Oh, my stomach. Oh no, the Greek bros. What's the quote from Father Ted? It's not the Chinese he's after. It's not the Greek he's after. It's the Chinese. Well, I don't like the feckin' Greeks. They invented gayness. You are given the true Phil-Helene pass by a real Greek. Hell. Phil-Helene Greek pass. When did you get into that sort of thing, Father? What's the position on the church for the old racism? I don't know if I can dedicate myself to it full time. In the morning I have the farm, and in the evening I like a bit of cup of tea. I don't know if I can dedicate myself to the full time to the old racism. Should we all be Greek, Father? Maybe in the Church of Fujos. The part where he's talking to the Yin family from with the window with the smudge. Oh my god, dude, that's one of the best episodes. That's such a good scene. That's such a good scene. What's the status on the church about Fujos? I don't know. I feel like we need to ask. Well, he's currently I haven't heard much of an update. Last time I know, like the news was like the Pope has passed away. A good day in the hospital. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Is he dead? Is he alive? On your way to tell your gay friend he's actually Greek. I feel like isn't that a song? Is he gay or European? Is he gay or European? The answer could take weeks. They raise their voice up different. I forget the lyrics. The other day, he's definitely alive, but quite ill. Yeah, I know. I was thinking more of the tweet where it was like, but good to know he's well, at least he's still alive. But I assume it might be coming. Something for they bring their voice up different in those foreign ports. Something like that. I missed a word in there, and there's something about shorts. But I'm glad to hear. That, Tallies. Well, at least he was healthy enough to be brought out to a crowd. Not that he's quite ill. You guys know what I mean. But there was some very confusing tweets by the news regarding him. I loved all the jokes people were coming up with. You know what? John Paul II, they made a statement he had a fever and then he died like 2 days later. So they're at least keeping us better informed than back then. Yeah. Oh, he has a fever. By the way, he's dead. He has a fever in heaven. Oh, excuse me a moment. Is that a TikTok influencer? Yeah. What if a pope, like, got really into TikTok? What the hell is going to happen? What the hell is going to happen in, like, 60 years, let's say, when some Zoomer gets elected to pope? No, he was very ill. He was very ill. That's what Tallies was saying. You already had priests really into TikTok. Well, not surprised. Like, of course that's going to be there. But like, what happens when the priest is like doing TikTok dances in the Vatican? Googled it. Pneumonia. Mm-hmm. Petrus Okpalis giving main character energy. You saw a priest break dancing. He was breaking it down heavenly style. He will be soon. I feel like that's kind of the general, like he's quite ill. You know that guy IRL? Tallies with the what? That's so cool. That's mad. Just small world type situation. Dude, send me it. Send me it. He knew the Pope. Tallies and him are on first term basis. Hello, Tinkle. You am Tinkle. Hello. Or I am. No, wait, hang on. I don't want to say that. Hello, Tinkle, though. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. Old Frankie and I go way back. I thought you guys would laugh that I said tinkle and like, oh, tinkle, like take a pee. Twinkle. No, it says tinkle though. It doesn't say twinkle. The Vatican already commissioned a series of mascots from Tokidoki. Oh yeah, I remember. Wait, well, what's her name again? The little anime mascot they have. Well, they have a few of them, but you almost said it. Wait, is it Luce? Luce. She's cute. She's really cute. I want a head pat her. The occultists didn't like it. She's cute. She's cute. We should get a VTuber of her. Luce. Luce. Ah, I see. Luce. And it should be a heavily moderated chat, by the way. I wouldn't trust VTuber communities. Something the Angel of Light. Oh no, yeah, I remember seeing things like that. I don't know. I think it was a cute thing. I think it was quite cute. But anyway, I would like to get back to our reading to try and get a little bit more than just 5 pages done. They should make the Arknights Vatican characters into VTubers. You think it's silly? There's a reason churches have big windows. Light is good. Yeah, like I'm sure it's said somewhere, but you know, Plato in his like cosmology, not cosmology. Well, yeah, I guess you call it cosmology, but like in direct kind of analogy as to how the being above, or the one, the idea of the good, that which is above being or beyond being, I think he says. In describing it, he literally points to the sun as a thing which, you know, it allows everything to exist, to see. You know, he ascribes this, and I'm sure at some point, like it's the same type of thought in regards to not just the Christian God, but very much a kind of theistic view. But yeah, light is like one of the most basic kind of visions of I guess creation, going back all the way to Plato. Or so I suppose the what would you say, the overflowing nature in that sense. I'm not good with words, Tallies. You know what I'm getting at. They should make hot priest There is actually a nun VTuber. There's a nun VTuber in Niji Sanji. And I think she's like just an actual, I don't know if she's a Catholic, but I think she is a Catholic. They have done, actually, they did a really great rendition of the song from Sister Act. I might throw it into the Discord later. You guys might enjoy it. You would turn and go back to your roots. Ryo Asuka in Crybaby is so hot. He's literally you. You said I did send you that, Tally. Yeah, I remember. I think I retweeted it, and I was like, "Oh, Tallies would like this." And as I sent it, you liked it. They removed the Swedish priest TikTok. It's over. Yeah, I'll put it into. Speaking of Satan, have you seen Devilman? I have not. I'm sorry. I will put it into the Discord later. For those of you who are new, if you guys would like to join, I'll do that, and I'll do that. Twitter. And you guys can follow me on Twitter too if you guys want to like see more of me for some reason. But I want to get back into the reading. I want to do at least 10 pages. We're nearing 2 hours, so I can get at least something done. All you can think of is VTuber Jesus. At least 18 pages. That was always kind of my aim when I was doing VTuber Jesus. Who would that be? That's probably Gura. She arrived and just, her shrimps are her followers. Yes, we need to hear more, but not 18 pages. I know what you're getting at, Mike. But I'd always try and aim for 20 pages at a minimum if I was reading. Well, it started at 10 when I was reading more heavy text and I was getting used to those, but then I kind of upped it to 20. But, when I'm talking for like an hour and a half and then trying to read. Anyway. Then come back. The Battle of Tailton. And 3 days after the landing of the gale, they were attacked by Eru, wife of Macgrena, son of the Sun. Sun being S-U-N. And she having a good share of men with her. And they fought a hard battle, and many were killed on both sides. And this was the first battle fought between the sons of the Gale and the men of Dea for the kingship of Ireland. It was in that battle, Fais, wife of Un, was killed in a valley at the foot of a mountain, and it was called after her, the Valley of Fais. And Scota, wife of Meal, got her death in the battle. And she was buried in a valley on the north side of the mountain near the sea. But the sons of the Gale lost no more than 300 men, and they beat back the men of Dea, and killed 1,000 of them. And Eru was beaten back to Tara, or to Tailton, and as many of her men as she could hold together. And when she came there, she told the people how she had been worsted in the battle, and the best of her men had got their death. But the Gale stopped on the battlefield and buried their dead, and they gave a great burial to 2 of their druids, Aer and Aethys, that were killed in the battle. Sis is a cat fight for the thrones of Tara. Has to come back after 3 days, no more, no less. 7th of the 7th son. You fucked it up. It's okay. Hello, bad dragon. Welcome in. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Still abandoned, I see. You haven't been picked up by some lewd tuber yet. How has to perform miracles. 7th son of the 7th son. That's oh, isn't that one of Shakespeare's, when it's listing the kings, isn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? I know there's... Oh no, sorry, that's a song. I think... What's the... From Macbeth? Iron Maiden. No. No, I was way off. What's the Macbeth... No, no. Have you guys noticed that Google now has like automated AI stuff? Like when you search for something, it automatically does that. Macbeth prophecy sons. Yeah, Banquo. What does it say about Banquo again? I can't find it. I'll look it up later. Judas? Jesus, I'm sorry. I reported you to Twitch. Oh no. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting distracted. These chapters are actually quite short in regards to just the landing. And after that they rested a while, then went on to Invercolpa in Leinster, and Heremon and his men joined them there. And then they sent messengers to the 3 kings of Ireland, and the 3 sons of Kermit Honeymouth, and bade them to come out and fight a battle that would settle the ownership of the country for once and all. So they came out, and the best of the fighters of the Tuatha Dé with them, to Tailton, or Toilton, and there they attacked one another. And the sons of the Gael remembered the death of Ith, and there was great anger on them. And they fell on the men of Dea to avenge him, and there was a fierce battle. And for a while neither side got the better of the other. But at last the Gael broke through the army of the men of Dea, and put them to rout with great slaughter, and drove them out of the place. And there 3 kings were killed in a rout, and the 3 queens of Ireland, Era, Fola, and Banda. And when the Tuatha Dé saw their leaders were dead, they fell back in great disorder, and the sons of the Gale followed after. But in following them, they lost two of their best leaders, Coolina, son of Bregan, at Slieve Coolin, Coolina, son of Bregan, at Slieve Coolina, and Fuad, his brother, at Slieve Fuad. But they were no way daunted by that, but followed the men of Dea so hotly that they were never able to bring their army together again. Hello, Cookie. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. But had to own themselves beaten and give up the country to the Gale. That is such a cute emote. That is really comfy. Wait, is that two? That's two emotes, I assume. Yeah. But very, very cozy looking. Inverculpa, not Vulpa Inculta. Your new Vegas OTP. You popping off today, Woo? Yeah, actually, we have gotten quite a few follows today, haven't we? I'm like hitting my... we're literally one follow away from 600 followers. We're one follow away from 600 followers, guys. That's really cool. I've kind of been noticing recently that I have been getting more viewers, and obviously all of you guys being so active in chat. I have experienced, doing reading streams where, there might be a few comments, but then it's mostly dead and I'm just reading, and those are very nice. But I do just want to say, it is really nice to sit down and chat with all of you guys. You're just a yapper. We must be yappers as tubas. There's a problem. What's the problem, son? Brua is breaking reality. Oh yeah, Brua has that's why you don't step on him, son. That's why you don't step on him. He has like magic powers. The only thing that like nerfs him is he can't walk. He's a piece of bread. So that's kind of like, that's a pretty big nerf, but he has magic bending powers. He's at least reality tier. But he's also like could be defeated by some fire. Little Ua gotta carry him. See, that's the thing though, is little Ua is like cozy. Little Ua is like too cozy to carry him. So sometimes I have to just put him on my arm, and I bring Brua. I put him on my shoulder. But anyway, I wanted to say genuinely thank you guys for like always being here and just listening to me be. But how does bread move? We don't really know, but it does. It does. Thank you, Exerdine. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's probably something like Zerdini, I think, actually. But thank you very much. That actually, I believe, it still says, there it goes. It ticked up to, thank you for the head pat. It ticked up to 600 followers. That's a really cool number. Congrats. Thank you. We're only 400. That's still a while away, I'm gonna be honest. That's still a while away. Little Ua also got no feet. Maybe he does. Maybe he's like a chibi. He has a really large head, but then like a tiny little body. But yeah, that's really cool. Thank you for being the 600 follower. And yeah, I guess I'll just say really quickly, thank you guys for always being here and chatting away. It makes the whole it makes the whole streaming thing so much easier. And I don't know, it's nice. It's nice. Thank you guys. It's very much appreciated. Anyway, enough soppy stuff. Enough soppy stuff. Oh, okay, wait, maybe a little bit more. Thank you for the face hold. Thank you. Let's continue our reading. No. See, you were being nice. You were being nice just 2 moments ago, and now you're attacking me. Now you're assaulting me. Don't make you sad. No, don't cry. That's why I didn't want to talk about it too much, because people get like emotional. Rua getting distracted by his mother telling him his dinner is ready. It's tendies. She handed the D. I try and like say something nice, and D is like, push-ups now. Enough of this emotional stuff. Go be a man. Go work out. No, wait, D. Thank you very much for the follow, Everky D. Drop and give us 30. Guys, listen, I've already done chest today. I was doing chest today. I was doing dumbbell press. I was doing flies. I did some cable pressing. I also did some like cable pull downs and dipping and dips. Do we need more chest? Oh no. Enough of these games, reader. Show me your strongest push-ups. You won't get my strongest push-ups. You can't handle them. Okay. Oh god, all the cables, no. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys are getting weird noises. Hang on, I don't like when my face is facing towards you guys like that. There we go. I like how it like jumps because it connects. Okay, let me do... Oh, this is gonna suck, dude. This is gonna really suck. I can already tell this straight away. Like I feel like it would suck more if it was like tomorrow or like 2 days in the future when the delayed onset muscle soreness or DOMS will set in. But I have to do it now. Fuck. Okay. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 35, 36, 37, 8, 39, 40. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that, D. Ow. Everything's hurting. Oh, I'm like... Oh no, I'm getting a cramp. I'm getting cramp in my tricep. Okay, no, I have to keep my arm bent. Because if I straighten my arms, I'm going to get a cramp. I just did 40 push-ups. Fuck you. Il nombre de pati de santi. What does that mean? Ow, owie, not that bird. Think, oh, I can't straighten my arm. It's not sore. It's just, if I straighten my... Oh, no, dude, this sucks. Why would you guys make me do push-ups? I just wanted to read. Oh, my chest too. Cramp. Oh, sorry, yes, in nombre de pati de santi. Yeah, in the name of the Father. Oh, this actually, it sucks. I can't, like, if I... You didn't have to do 40. Yeah, but there's a bunch of new people here. I felt like I had to show. Like I'm tough, but doing 40. But it felt good. That's the thing, though. I think because I was warmed up, it felt good. Like I was banging them out, and once I hit 30, I was like, I don't even feel that bad. Then I got tough at the end, but it's only now that I finished. Hey, I still got 40. I could have pushed more, but it's more shows off cramps. Okay, I'm gonna try just straighten my arms. Okay, it's not too bad on the left. Oh, I can feel it move. I can see it. I can see it doing like the crampy thing. And I can't. Okay, I have to like keep my chest back. I have to keep my chest, like the muscles kind of like not lengthened. Or I guess it would be shortened in this case because they're contracted. I have to not contract my muscles. Don't look at it. You prefer the Latin. In nomine de patri. In nomine de patri. Oh, like this is really weird. I'm trying to move in ways that don't cause this. Yeah, you know what? Maybe doing 40 push-ups after doing a plate dip, after doing plate dips, was not a good idea. Ow. Mm. I can just feel like the slight in my arm. Heavy breathing. Is this Fujo fan service? Lesson learned. Yeah, lesson learned. Don't allow you guys to do push-ups on my chest day. This is not Fujo fan service. I did push-ups. I may have done a little too many, and now I'm getting cramps. How about leg day? Yeah, that'll be fine, because then it'll be leg day. I'm gonna do legs tomorrow. I'm actually gonna try and get under the bar again. Maybe see how my neck feels doing it. No, actually, please don't. I actually would not be able to do any push-ups. Like, if you guys redeem push-ups, I'm not even gonna refund it. It's just not happening. Ruadh age. Yeah, I'm 80. We're doing squats on leg day. I don't know, Sunday. That would actually... No, you know what you do? You don't do that. You wait to hear me say, oh, I did legs today. And then you wait for a stream 2 days later, or like a day or two later. Then you hit the squats. Trust me. That's when it's painful. Well, a good thing I don't stream tomorrow. You're saving those points for something? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think I know what you're saving it for. You want to recall a certain thing. Okay. Okay, actually, no, the water. Water, usually you need to drink water. The big one? Yeah, no, I'm thinking the big one, but the one that comes with... You have like 25k. No, I'm going to say right now, I'm probably going to be ending stream soon, so I don't want you guys to waste your points. You want to bully... You guys have bullied me enough. D has destroyed me. D has destroyed me right now. Okay. I think it's... I'm back to normal. Okay. Revenge for the snails. You know what? In that case, I deserve it. I deserve it for killing like 4 snails that one night. Hang on, wait, hang on. Oh, I'm like doing the peck dance thing. I don't have as good mind-muscle connection to do it like super effortlessly like others can, but I'm getting it a little bit. About showing the words of the book on stream as you read them. Well, then I'd have to go find, the thing online. So no. I have been thinking about adding, because, you know, like Japanese viewers are like a big part of the VTuber group. Like, I hardly doubt, I think we've gotten 1 or 2 before, but like putting like a little translator thing. I wish there was something that allowed me to have it as a plugin that you guys could turn off. If it's physical, then a hand cam. Then I have to do a hand cam stream and you guys see my hands and you like judge me. You'd see like my calluses. Get a Yoda redeem and it's just Ruadh speaking like Yoda. I don't have the brain power to do that. It would take me like PDF. Yeah, I just have to find a version of it. Wear gloves covered in olive oil? No, that would ruin my book. That would absolutely destroy it. The brain power. The brain power he has not. No, I guess if I practiced it, but I'd have to really work at it. I'd have to be like super focused. Well, I don't know about the peck dance. You know where like the peck do like the bouncy thing? One could run the stream through VLC once the auto translator they're working on is on it. Because I remember there being something like that before, actually. I know Suzuki Masaru has it on some of his streams. At least he used to have it. I don't know if he has it anymore. But he just had a thing where, like, as he talked, it would just show the English translation. And it wouldn't be, like, a perfect translation. Obviously, it was just, like, a voice recognition thing for Japanese. But it was, like, it was pretty good. The peg? No, the peck. Pectoral muscle. Ooh, hands. Guys, let me tell you this. If I'm ever going to do a hand cam stream, I'm going to go and get like an actual manicure to make sure my nails look fucking perfect. You love when someone does that. Yeah, it's jiggle physics in real life. Although, you said giggle physics. Okay, we literally have like a page left of this chapter, and that will actually be this book done. And that will bring us up to about 10 pages, so I'll be happy with that. Let me just quickly finish this off. And the leaders, the sons of Meal, divided the provinces of Ireland between them. Heber took the 2 provinces of Munster, and he gave a share of it to Amergin. And Heremon got Leinster and Connacht for his share. And Ulster was divided between Emir, or Emir. Emir. Or maybe it's Evir. No. Son of Ir, son of Meal, and some others of their chief men. And it was of the sons of Emir that were called the children of Rudrig. And that lived in Eamon Macha for 900 years. Some of the best men of Ireland came. Fergus, son of Ro, was of them, and Conall Cernach, of the Red Branch of Ulster. And from the sons of Ith, the first of the Gael, to get his debt in Ireland, there came in after that time Fahag Canan, that got the sway over the whole world from the rising to the setting of the sun, and that took hostages of the streams and the birds and the languages. And it is what the poets of Ireland used to be saying, that every brave man good at fighting, and every man that could do great deeds and not be making much talk about them, was of the sons of the Gael. And that every skilled man that had music and that did enchantments secretly, was of the Tuatha Dé. But they put a bad name on the Fearbows and the men of Donand and the Gaelian, for lies and for big talk and injustice, and for all that there were good fighters among them, and Ferdiad, that made so good a stand against Cuchulainn in the war of the Bull of Coolina, was one of them. And the Gaelian fought well in the same war, but the men of Ireland had no great liking for them, and their druids drove them out of the country thereafter. And that's the end of that part. We got kind of a little kind of reference to a couple of other stories there, but we'll get to those in time. The next one will be Book 4, The Ever-Living Living Ones. That sounds fun. Ooh, man, I'm actually kind of sweating a little bit. I had a shower earlier, god damn it. I have to have a quick wash before I get into bed. You got no brain no more, letting the freaks out. Gotta paint them to look fabulous. I don't know about that. I do wonder, like, I'm sure there's like a clear, I don't know if I want that. I'll see how they look. I'll talk to the lady doing the manicure. I've walked past the place I was thinking of getting it done. There only seems to be ladies in there. Make them shiny and pretty. Clear. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Hello, Ice Boy. Can you Top of the morning to you, Ice Boy. Clear code exists. Several times you've turned on your hand cam, realized your nails are a little long, and then be like, hold on 2 minutes, then you go off cam and cut your nails. Oh my god, Sun's cocaine pinky. Sun's cocaine pinky. Can't believe this. Clear coat or black nails? That would be quite the change. Emo ua. How you doing, Ice Boy? Are you doing well? His what? Oh wait, actually that reminds me. Do you guys remember when I told the story about dropping a barbell on my foot and somehow not breaking anything? Some of you might not have been here for that. But yeah, one day I was in the gym and I dropped a barbell on my foot, and somehow I didn't break anything. I bruised the shit out of my big toe and the toe next to it, but somehow it didn't break anything. I think what it was the collars stopped it from coming down the full way. And by the way, this barbell is about 20 kg. It is about 20 kg. So yeah, it hurt like a motherfucker. But it kind of eased down after a while. But, you know, straight away you could see bruising and stuff. But the bruising's gone. However, the nail also had a bruise. And obviously there was some bleeding under the bruise. A walking got milk commercial. Listen, I drink all my milk. Some very strong. I assume by got milk you mean like strong bones. That's what I'm thinking. When I think of milk, I think vitamin D. I think strong bones. That's definitely what protected my toe. I hope you're good too. I am. You slammed a thumb on a car door. Oh, sorry, calcium. Yeah, sorry, not vitamin D. Calcium. Yeah, sorry. Why did I think vitamin D? What does vitamin D do? Vitamin D is the sun one, and I was looking at sun when I said it, so I think that's where I made that connection in my brain. Vitamin D. I know vitamin B2, flavum, I think. It makes your piss like bright fucking yellow, like neon yellow. Scurvy. Hello, Hentai Ventai. Welcome in. I shouted out Daya earlier today because he did a really good job at ASMR. No, I'm not joking here. I've taken multivitamins, and obviously they had a lot of it glows in the dark. It doesn't glow in the dark, but it has a really bright yellow color. If you have like an excess of riboflavin, flavin, I don't know. Silly sciencey word. Question: because of the top of the morning thing, how many people ask you do the Irish accent or something along the line of that? It never, like, I get it sometimes where people are just like, can you say it like, speaking of piss, go drown. You'd love that. You low key want pee in the dark, though. That would be pretty powerful. That'd be pretty powerful. But then like everyone would be able to tell if you peed in public. You know, if you were like on a walking trail and you really had to go for a pee, and you peed on a tree. No, I don't want to be like Haru Mizuki and talking about pee every stream, and every time in chat. He talks about pee a lot. I don't know if you guys know Haru Mizuki. It's a joke that I've his a woomfies. Oh yeah, hang on. Let me take a pee. Not a pee. Let me take a sip of water. They fortify it with vitamin D for the shut-ins. You literally ask Ruadh every time you go to his ASMR stream. It's yeah. I get that during ASMR, but I've been told like, can you say it like Jacksepticeye and things like that. But I've never gotten people like, oh, I don't think I've ever gotten, oh, you don't sound Irish or anything like that. Because the kind of hoity type of Irish accent is what many people view as the Irish accent. When if they were to go to up to Limerick with our money, that's. Yeah, I guess they kind of talk. Yeah, something like that. I'm not very good at accents, at Irish accents, funnily enough. But if you're lost, your pee will show you the way, like the yellow brick road. Yellow brick road. No, you're very right. You're very right. Unfortunately, this is your first time. Listen, Banana. That's really funny. Yellow brick road. This is kind of like a typical stream. I get like maybe 10, 15 pages, and then like chat just bullies me until my brain is mush, and I'm dragged down to their level. But I guess I don't need the book anymore. I'm actually roasting. I'm gonna take these off. I'm still kind of warm. Oh, okay. I got like a delayed cramp in my pec. Yeah. Not that much of brain rot. To be honest, we're missing the rot of brains. We don't usually talk about pee. No, I'm going to be honest here. I was kind of the one who brought that up. Because I've experienced the neon pee. And I was like really concerned the first time it happened. I was really scared not scared, but like, I was like, why is it this color? We talk about men. No, we don't talk about men. We talk about this man, Genzuki Tojiro, solely. And sometimes I meant to click Kaido, but sometimes we talk about Rodney Dangerfield. Sometimes we talk about Rodney Dangerfield. Sounds like your water-soluble vitamins aren't being absorbed. They're not water. Well, I guess no, they're in pill form, so I just take them. Oh, guys, I hate when I'm taking. But maybe that is the case. No, I think it might just be excess. I think it's just like it has a lot of it in there. I don't know. I'd have to check. He is the man. We're gonna have to watch a Rodney Dane. Wait, can I do that? Will I get banned? Will I get banned if I throw on a Rodney Dangerfield video? It's actually very interesting in your area of the US. The accent is just a combination of Irish German, so you sound like a normal guy that says vitamins differently. Irish German. I've been told, but like German has a very, I don't want to say harsh sound, but like, you know, the German accent is, well, actually no. There's a ASMR streamer, Rakudo. He has a lovely accent, German. Hello, Raven. Welcome in, and hello, Pinkalea. Hello, hello. To the TED Talk. If you guys want TED Talks about pee, you gotta go watch Haru Mizuki. Is honestly a slave for sure. It's really good. It's he has this like eternal croakiness to his voice. I don't want to say croaky, but like he has this kind of like it's always growling. You know? It's like his voice is always in kind of this way. If you want a Filipino accent, you know where to find you. I thought for a second you were asking me to do a Filipino accent. I don't know if I could do that. There's another one, very soft voice. You might be thinking of Jay ASMR. Jay has a gorgeously soft voice. And Daya, by the way, Daya Diamandis, I said this earlier in the stream. He did ASMR for the first time. Like, actually really good. Really, really good. I know the especially careful streamers just have a live timer to sync to while the movie is streamed in Discord. Oh. Hello, Lebien Payne. Have you seen the Palestinians that speak English with an Irish accent because of the peacekeepers? I have, and actually there's another interesting one, for example. That's really funny, by the way, that one. There's another example where the island of Montserrat was an island where Irish prisoners were sent to by Cromwell over to the island of Montserrat and other places in the Caribbean and places like that. And they actually basically just lived together and had children together. And you have these black people, although you can clearly see kind of Caribbean Africans. You can clearly, sometimes you can kind of see almost like a bit of Irish in their face, but it's their accents. They sound like they are people from Cork, many of them, because I think that was from where many of them were. And you actually have places like, you have Cove and like places from around Cork in the island of Montserrat. And they all have, not all of them, there was unfortunately like a volcano, I think, went off, or like an earthquake. Unfortunately drove many of them to other areas, and then there's been other people from the other islands kind of coming there and living there, so it's kind of diluted a small bit, but it's still very much a strong identity there. Really good serial killer ASMR. He keeps choking you. Did Diet choke you guys? I didn't get to that part in the ASMR. Jay too, love Jay, he's very good. Thank you for the head pat, by the way, Raven. Ruadh saw you and Daya's ASMR trying to get him to make Slurpee. I saw that, son. I saw that, and I judged you. I know we say don't judge, but I judged you very harshly. If you're wondering about the Irish-German thing, it's Wisconsin. Good luck finding you in these cows anyway. Not really doxing, just with how big it is. Yeah, that's the thing about America's huge. And the Americans, like, once you get past, like, once you get like a few kilometers past the East Coast, the states just get huge. He put you guys in a bag. I don't know if we should give Daya that power. Anyway, I should probably get, before Niji Sanji comes in and destroys me, I should probably not have this. We'll just have Rodney Dangerfield is now part of the crew. We're just gonna leave him here. Sorry, you only understand freedom units. Oh, I'm sorry. It's once you get past like 300 burgers into I should say a Big Mac, 300 Big Macs. The states start getting a little bit big. You get made fun of for the word oil. You get made fun of for bag. Oh wait, if you're wondering, wait, someone said something about Southern. Your accent is Southern accent. Come out when you say certain words. I saw a guy from I think Texas trying to say the word oil. He was saying it like oil. No, no, I don't know how he was saying it. I don't even know how to reproduce that word. Danger is part of Niji Sanji, and we don't know it. He's gonna come back. That's like I was saying earlier. If I wanted to debut, I would do a Rodney Dangerfield bit, and I would make fun of like all of my like debut mates, and it would probably get I'd probably get insta banned. I would get insta banned, but I'd. Oh what? Oh wait, no, there was one. Hang on, I'm vaguely remembering a joke. I'm barely remembering a joke. It was who deleted like the Minecraft Niji Sanji EN server. Who did that? Who did that? Does anyone remember? Because that was going to be the basis of a joke. I was going to like pretend to be having someone did it. Who did it? You heard about that? Yeah, yeah. It was it Sunny? I think it might have been Sunny. Wasn't it that? No, no, no. This was a male VTuber. I think it might have been Sonny Briscoe. I may be wrong on that though, but I was gonna do a joke where it was like, you know, oh no, I can't remember how I phrased it like Rodney Dangerfield too. Someone who was playing. Oh wait, no, I do remember that, but I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'm not gonna talk about that. I remember there was a lot of weird drama on that one. I'm gonna not touch that one. Where you're from, near Appalachian Mountains, a lot of Irish people who came from Europe and just kind of spread out. Yeah, there's a lot of us. Also, no, actually, I won't say that because I would be slightly wrong on the area, and I don't want to like, even though I think she talks about it loads, but I don't want to discuss it too much, just in case. But I was gonna have a joke about that like, you know, I'm having tech issues, so, you know, I'd ask Sonny. I think it was something like I'd ask Sonny Briscoe to. No, I don't know if it was Sonny. I'd ask Sonny Briscoe to help me, but I don't want him to delete half my files. Something like that. Something like that. It would be some. No, that's how I was gonna open. That's how I would open the stream. I remember I'd come in. I'd be like, I'd like do my basic introduction. I'd be like, "Sorry, I'm a little bit late, everyone. I was having some tech issues. I'd ask Sonny Briscoe for help, but he'd delete half my files." Some kind of Rodney Dangerfield. I get the impression better. Don't worry. And I have it. You guys. Can you see what I'm kind of going for? I'm trying to go for like a jokey. Listen. I actually had like 3 or 4 like really good jokes, and I don't remember them. This was like years ago. This was like 2 years ago. I'm getting a blast from the past of thinking about this Rodney Dangerfield bit that I was gonna do if I ever got the chance. Delete your files. Yeah, like it's a joke that he'd try and help me and he'd just delete everything. Okay, you know what we might do? What we might do real quick. We may watch a Rodney Dangerfield. Because I love his stuff. I'm gonna try and find a good one. I think this one's decent. Hang on, I just have to make sure that you guys can't see anything. So I'm going to just jump into the starting screen soon. I go over here. I think you guys still see... Yeah, I'm previewing my screen now. Okay, that's great. And I can do window capture. God, get out of my face. Watch it like you guys just insta-dox me. Put that there. Put that there. I'm just setting up the screen. If you guys don't know this, there's a way that I can view like scenes before you guys can. No, mister. I don't want investing advice. I already lost enough today. And now I need to add audio, I think. If I play this, does that... Oh yeah, so yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me get back in here. Sorry, we're gonna just watch some Rodney Dangerfield. I'm not even like I'm basically a React streamer right now. You're a good guy who can recover. You know, a good guy. Give me your password. Should have wrote them down. I should have. Turns out Luca, that was it. That was. I knew Sonny wasn't sounding right on the joke. I think Luca. I think the way I phrased it, Luca sound better. He was trying to download a horror mod. What a silly boy. Wasn't deleted. Revert. That's what it was. He reverted to it. Of spawn chunks and wiping out areas. Yeah, I think what ended up happening was he deleted like. I think that's what it was. I think that's what the joke was about. That he deleted some structures that people had made. But you guys know. Anyway. I'm going to. Where's my headset audio? There we go. Wait, huh? I could see it like moments ago. Oh, there we go. Can you guys hear this? That's a good point, Haru. I'm sorry. This isn't even just chatting. This is just stealing a very, very talented man's content. Ooh, you guys shouldn't be able to see that. Nope, you can see my screen now. We should watch John Solo. Okay, anyway. That was a really good one. That's the thing, it was rapid fire. We're just gonna watch the end of this. You guys might be sitting there. I'd say you guys are sitting there just straight faced, just like, Ruadh, this isn't funny. Why are you laughing at this? This isn't funny. And I'm enjoying myself. That's the most important thing. Laughing on the inside. That was his, ooh, I'm gonna get rid of that before you guys see, before I dox myself. But, that was his catchphrase, no respect. How about you react, Andy, to some real humor? No, you know what, I'm not gonna, I mean, let me just quickly see what this is. No way you guys can hear this, I don't want people getting ads. What is this, son? I'm not going to dignify by putting that on my stream. That was painful, son. That's the type of thing that would make me turn off a TV show. But anyway, I'm sorry. No, don't ha 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 phone type message like with a straight face to me. That's mean. But yeah, Rodney Dangerfield is one of those comedians that it's just rapid fire jokes, and like once he gets me laughing, because he keeps going. It gets me. It gets me go. It gets me just. I. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. I'd love to be able to get that delivery down because it's such a specific style of delivery. Eddie Murphy is another one who has a great delivery style, and Norm Macdonald. But anyway, it's probably a weird way to end the stream, but I do need to end the stream because I need to get to bed. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to go have a shower. Because like I'm warm. I think there's just no wind, so I'm quite warm in the room, and those push-ups kind of got me going. So we're going to look for someone to raid, and now we're in just chatting, and I had Rodney Dangerfield shouting at you guys, so I can raid someone who isn't doing ASMR. Thank you for stream. Jeffrey, wait, someone mentioned Larry the Cable Guy. Isn't that a movie? Pretty sure that's a movie. Go Drown 2. Don't get cramps anymore. I'll try. Thanks for stream. Thank you, D. Thank you, D, for giving me multiple cramps across my body. Well, across my chest. Jeffrey Douglas Dunham. I will look that up. I will put that into chat. There we go. Don't get cramps anymore. Go drown. Sorry. No, it's okay. It's okay. It was my fault for doing 40. Oh, that's the comedian guy. Oh yeah. Oh god, I remember that. Who will we raid? I've already raided Haru quite a few times. Who is on? Go get some sleep. Hi Pip, welcome back. Were you showing me to all your friends at school? Oh, that's a cute emote. Who's around? Okay, I'm gonna take a ballsy move here. Do I even want to? I think I just get like a thank you for the raid. I'm vaguely considering raiding into Cleo Eta, who's a very cute streamer who's from Ireland and is like a retired history lecturer. You haven't watched Cleo in ages. Is she single though? Son, don't you go in there. I swear to God. Hey, yeah, people. Should we do that? I don't know. I want to be like, oh yeah, we were reading a book about. I don't know. It feels weird. No, you know what? I won't. No, it's just it's not even like I'm trying to. I don't know. It's just scary rating someone with lots of viewers. Fua? Is that someone to rate? Oh, wait, sorry, that's their emote. That's one thing I always do. I always I hum and haw about who to raid. And then people leave by that point. So I actively sabotage the people that I'm going to raid. Fua's ending. Oh no. I could put it on, I could put the pressure on him though. That could be funny. He panics like, oh god, I can't end yet. I just got to raid. Then he has to stay up for longer. I like Cleo's like slight scar on her face. Oh wait, no, she's doing a collab. I'm iffy on raiding into collabs. You bully. Should we do that? Fua. Is it Fua Hankashi? Is that the... Wait, let me check. Yes. Are they ending? I don't know this individual, I think. Oh no, they're actually ended. They are now on their end screen. Okay, never mind. Do you guys see what I mean when I say he's raided out? Who did he raid out? No. Okay. Let me actually find someone. Raid Haru. We could. Ooh, you know who I'm gonna raid into? I'm gonna raid into Maggie. Or Maggie. We are looking for Gales only. Well, Magino is an Italian Half Italian, half Portuguese. He's an interesting mix. He's also a professional chef, so he's a pretty cool guy. If you guys didn't see, I was actually on his stream. We did a Magister Archives, I think it was, where he basically did an interview of me. So that was a lot of fun. It was a good while ago, but if you guys would like to see it, I will. If you put it in the reminder tab for tomorrow, I will find it, and I will link it for you guys. Italian. He's doing a big collab. He's doing. You know, we'll just raid into me. You know, there's a lot of people there. Oh, what the fuck? Why is there like 8 people in this stream? That's too many. What raid message? Yeah, you know, no. That's just too many people. I just get nervous when raiding into. I'm taking away from my own sleep at this point. It feels weird when you're raiding into people and there's like loads of people talking, because you like to talk to the person you raid into. You want to see the interviewers? Runoxy. Yeah. What's Runoxy up to? Let's raid into Runoxy. I think she's a friend of Daya's. I think I've raided into her once, but I don't think we've talked much before. The Fianna have disembarked. That's almost too long, but it's kind of funny. I feel like if it was just one, I think if you just did one. The Fianna have disembarked. No, not disembarked. Landed. There that makes way more sense. No, please don't say disembarked. That's not catchy in any way. That is not catchy in any way. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like that. It's not. I need to come up with a better one. Like an actual raid message that isn't just this but men or something. Get disembarked. Disembedded. Okay, anyway. Thank you guys for sticking around while I hum and hodded. Love men. You guys can post that one too if you like. No. I think she's a lady. She's a lady tuba. But quite a cute model. I like how she's all blue. Oh, I do like the purple hair. But anyway. Garev Mila Mahagut and Slán Gafol, and I will talk to you guys next stream. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.